Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I thought we would go back with a few Ertl unboxings. It's been a little while on the channel. I haven't done a video like this in a little while, and I managed to pick these three up for quite a bit of a bargain on eBay. I think I paid around £15 for the three of them, and like I said, I think it was a bit of a bargain, but as you can see on most of these, the card is faded. There are quite a few creases here, so I thought these are perfect candidates to get unboxed and take a closer look at them. I mean, I've got quite a bit of a loose collection now. I collect carded and I do try to keep a loose collection as well. So I thought these were perfect candidates for the loose collection. And today we've got Gordon, George and Edward. So let's get straight into the unboxing. So yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll start with George. So let's get the other two out of the way first of all. And yeah, we do have George here. Now, I think this is a bit of a funny story behind this one. So if I remember rightly, this one's technically a variant. So George looks completely different there on the card back compared to obviously how he's depicted in the show. And I believe originally when this was first released, I believe in 1993, he hadn't actually made his debut in the show. And I believe this was just based off concept art. So obviously they did this in the stunning, I love the Owain Bells artwork on these card backs. These picture card backs, they're absolutely great. And like I said, I believe they based this off the actual concept art for him, and then when he appeared actually in the show, as he does in the model there, they then did decide to go back and they did a different card back again. Now don't hold me to that, I believe that's the story, but yeah, like I said, I do love these card backs, and obviously it's always varied because he's a road vehicle. You've got the road there, the little town in the background there, classic Thomas and Friends logo. So we'll quickly turn it around and take a look. And yeah, you've got the back there. And like I say, most of these I always pick them up, and like I say, you've got all the damage there. So we will quickly go into the unboxing, but first of all, let's just have a quick background on the character George. George was inspired by an Evelyn and Porter R10 class steamroller built in 1903 named Thistledown, which was owned by the Reverend W. Audrey's friend Teddy Boston. George is a grumpy fellow and no friend of railway engines. Railways are no good, pull them up, turn them into roads is his opinion, and he spends most of his time doing just that. He particularly has a great disdain to Sir Handel, which is seen in his first debut in Steamroller in 1995. So yeah, let's get straight into the unboxing. I believe, unlike most of the others as well, I don't believe he's die cast. I believe they just did him out of plastic. I could be wrong. Oh no. And he is actually die cast, to be fair. That's a great little face on the front there, isn't it? I mean, that's a fantastic little face. Does seem to have a bit of a mark there. I think that's probably when it was out in the factory. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great little model. It's based on obviously an Evelyn and Porter steamroller, and I think they've done a really, really good job. I like the nice yellow line in there. It's a shame they couldn't make obviously the steering wheel move, but obviously for obvious reasons. But yeah, he's got quite a nice couple of rollers there, to be fair. Top of the chimney has been painted yellow. Like I say, it's really, really done nicely actually. It really, really pops. I think they maybe could have toned down the green a little bit, maybe just a slightly darker shade of green, because he does just seem a little bit bright to me. But yeah, overall, what a great little model. Quite happy to have this. And yeah, it is actually die cast. I thought it was plastic. I believe the roof is plastic, the wheels are plastic, but the actual front of the smoke box and the boiler and everything is die cast. So it's a bit of a mishmash of all of it, to be fair. And of course the roller is plastic as well. But yeah, really, really great little model of George. Happy to have him in the collection. So we'll put him to one side over there. And I think the next one will go for Gordon. And like I say, the Owain Bell artworks, I just think it's stunning. I think that's a great illustration of Gordon there. Again, it's the same depiction of the town, but you've got the rails going through the stunning countryside. And yeah, overall, Gordon, I think we know what to expect with that. I mean, I've unboxed the Flying Scotsman previously on the channel. Check that out if you haven't. But yeah, it's pretty much the same because obviously he's based on the Grizzly again. But yeah, we'll quickly turn it back. And where are we? Yes, this was 1993. And like I say, it says Gordon is based loosely around Grizzly's A3, like the Flying Scotsman. So, hence why he's like that. But before we get into the unboxing for Gordon, again, I'll quickly just go on a bit of a background of the character. Gordon is based loosely around a Grizzly Linear A3 462, of which the Flying Scotsman is the only surviving example. Gordon is the senior member of the engine family, the fastest and most powerful of the Fat Controller's team. And he knows it. He's extremely proud, often pompous and inclined to boast. He's good-hearted though, and always willing to forgive and use his superior strength to help smaller engines out of trouble. So yeah, let's get Gordon unboxed. Really happy to have this loose in the collection, to be fair. Wanted to complete the main 6 for quite a while, and like I say, we'll be ticking 2 off today. It does sort of break my heart opening some of these, to be fair, considering, you know, they are as good as 32 years old now, and they've not been out the packaging ever. But like I say, the packaging isn't very good, and I only want to keep pristine ones. But yeah, have to say, really nice. You've got the nice line in there around the tender and around the cab. The wheels are really nicely painted blue. The coal looks really nicely done as well. Got a nice tint to it as well. You've got a couple of stickers there on the buffers. I think that's actually a really good face. Something I do always applaud the Ertl models. What they did was the faces, I just think, were pretty accurate based on obviously the show and the representation, the material they had to go on. But yeah, overall it's really nice. It's stunning shade of blue on him, to be fair. I'm a little bit gutted though. It does seem to be a little bit of markings there on his tender. I'm hoping that might come out. That's clearly happened again in the factory, or it happened when it was in the packaging, and that's just happened, unfortunately. Like I say, it's been in the packaging for 32 years, so yeah. But yeah, overall, really nice little model of Gordon. Yeah, really happy to have him in the collection. Like I say, for some reason though, there is a few little issues with him. I mean, I've picked up a little bit of blue there that's come off of him for some reason. Yeah, like I say, it's just nice lining again. You've got the yellow around the windows of the cab. You know, like I say, the red lining around the tender. The four's done really nicely on the tender again as well. Most of these obviously are stickers on the side when it comes to that sort of thing. But yeah, overall, really nice little model. So I'll pop him to one side. And last but not least, we'll go into, I think, what is considered quite a fan favourite character, and it's the Railways number 2, Edward. Again, as well, as I've said with the previous 2, the Owain Bell's artwork, illustrations there on the card back is just stunning. Same thing as Gordon, going through the countryside, the town in the background. And yeah, you've got the name and obviously the classic Thomas Thecheekyengine and Friends logo. I believe this one has come out the same time as the other 2, yeah, in 1993. Now, one thing I do find a bit strange about this one though, actually, is it just says, because most of them, when they have the historical notes on the background, it gives you the actual historical note, what they're loosely based off. Whereas this one, it just says Edward is based on an ordinary 440 locomotive. So I guess in the show's mind, he's not really based on anything, which I find a little bit strange, but okay. But yeah, again, as well with the previous 2, what I'll do is, before I unbox it, we'll just go in for a bit of a background of the character. Edward is heavily based on a modified Sharp, Stewart and Company larger Seagull K2 class locomotive supplied to the Furness Railway. Edward is an older engine, and the most important thing about him is that he's kind. Kind to small engines, kind to big engines, to trucks and coaches, which he almost never bumps. When the other engines misbehave, it's to Edward that the Fat Controller turns to. To calm everyone down and restore order, Edward sometimes gets puffed but never gets cross. Yeah, let's get Edward unboxed. Nice and easy to get unboxed, most of these, to be fair. Although that one actually was a little bit tougher than the other two, actually. The card didn't come off like with the other two, but it has with that one, which I'm hoping means there's not actually going to be any issues there. Like I said, there's been a couple of marks on the previous two, but no, to be fair, doesn't seem like there are any marks on him. And again, there is Edward. So it's very, very similar to Gordon, to be fair, in that sense. You've got the red around the tender, red around the cab. You've got the yellow lining around the cab as well. The two's done really, really nicely. Almost identical shade of blue. I think the face is done, again, really, really well. Maybe not the best I've seen out of all of these, but fairly, fairly good. You've got the stickers, obviously, on the buffers there. And obviously, you've got the old classic hooks there. Again, as well, the coal has got a really, really nice sheen to it. But yeah, that is Edward. So what I'll do is I'm going to pop Edward down and then we'll just quickly go in for a closer look at all three of them. And yeah, there is a closer look at all three of them. Like I say, I think George's face is pretty accurate. I think Gordon's face is spot on. Edward's face is maybe a little bit, don't know, I think it looks a little bit chubby, if I'm honest with you. I think the cheeks are done maybe just a little bit too much, but overall, it's still a fairly, fairly good model. And obviously, you can see the front of them there now. You've got the front of the cabs there with the windows, which look quite nice. And yeah, overall, they are really, really nice models. Yeah, that's just been a little unboxing and just a little closer look up at them. I really, really hope you've enjoyed that. Comment down below if you collect Ertls. Do you still wish they were around? I'm gutted that this line got discontinued. I understand why, but at the same time, I do still think there is a space for them. In this day and age, in this market, I would love it if Mattel were to bring it back, but obviously, sadly, I don't think that would be the case. Even with the 80th this year, just a one-off, just do a one-off, you know, just a commemorative one for it, I just think would be fantastic. I think fans would go wild for it. Although, to be fair, there does seem to be a fair good amount of merchandise coming out for the 80th as well. But yeah, comment down below, do you collect them? Do you still collect them? Which one's your favourite? Which one should I take a look at and get unboxed next on the channel? Other than that, I hope you've enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.